Did I say it? Did I tell you I have to be at work tomorrow from like 8 to 11?
Nope.
I do. It sucks. But I did get Moj IPA.
Hard cider made strong.
Made some extra testosterone.
Yeah, it's just I think it's 6%.
I have a raspberry one. I don't know if I'll drink it tonight, but I have one.
Yeah, it's 6.
I'll drink it. I don't know what this is.
Strong for a cider.
7.6. This is 7.6. We're live, by the way. I just posted.
I know. I have the stream up already. I already checked our audio levels too.
Yeah, we should be good.
We are. I mean, if we posted last week's episode.
Hold on.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh. What happened?
The post has been sitting in there for 2 weeks since I wrote it.
Send me the link to it? I thought
you have to go into our WordPress.
I could do this after the show.
Yes. It's probably a good idea.
You're gonna. That's right. You're gonna have to send me that stuff again because I'll explain it.
Stuff?
The WordPress login and stuff because I had
I don't
issues.
have that.
No, like not my login information, but like the link to log in because
okay.
Comcast fucked me over pretty bad. Like, think of the worst possible thing. Remember when my internet was shit for like that solid month?
You said Comcast, so I understand.
Okay. It was that level of bad again, and now since I fixed it and had them fix it, well, guess what? We have 0 dropped frames again. Nothing. No, my internet's got no issues.
Doubt.
We've been streaming now for 2 minutes, and I've not seen our 0.
You did go robot-y for a bit.
That was me because I was starting up OBS, but that's just OBS eats up a lot of memory on startup.
OBS.
Yeah. Someone told me that I should switch to just OBS Streamlabs edition just because we use so much Streamlabs shit.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Yeah. If nobody's here, I blame Resident Evil 2, by the way.
Well, last I checked, there was still there was that other stream going on. Duty Commenced. Is that still on?
Ooh.
Because Avi and Pete were competing with Duty Commenced, and then there's also She Heals I Tank going on.
Oh, I guess it's just us tonight. Just us. I'll give something away to get people in this bitch. In fact, well, Feeny Lee, thank you for the subscription. 10 months in a row. Pew, 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 pew.
Hey, Feeny.
Hey, Feeny, tell people to get in here. I'll give something away at the end of the show.
Beard clippings.
It's not here. It's just gone. This is the greatest. This is the greatest 5 o'clock shout anyone's ever seen.
That's more than a 5 o'clock shout out.
This is less than a week's worth of growth, though. Very impressive facial hair is what I have.
Feeny, I appreciate what you wrote in the Crucible.
It's true. That's what's happening. All right. Open twice for no reason. All right, let's do it. Did you look over the other parts of it? I'm assuming. I'm guessing.
Yep, I'm just filling out a little bit more info.
Yeah. All right, while you do that, I'll do that.
I don't think we're supposed to be on camera yet.
Nope. Try this. I will. One day I will learn buttons. They're, you know, it's funny. I labeled them myself. I should know what they do. The command center got buttons, and I shouldn't have buttons. Anyway. Today is January 25th, 2019. This is episode 105 of Maelstrom Radio. Oop. Something. Ooped. Something ooped. I'm glad I caught the ooped now. That may have been the ooped. Because I always check the recording when I first say the thing so I can see where the levels are in the thing. Boy. We're good at our jobs, guys. Today is January 25th, 2019. This is episode 105 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio.
Press start.
With your hosts, Flatus and Shinter.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, as always, this host is auto-saving. It's Shin.
It's true. Always save.
Uh-huh. Should I not turn off my console while you're doing that?
I mean, you can turn off your console, but your data's gonna get
You heard it here first, ladies.
more corrupt than it already is.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Shin will corrupt you.
I don't corrupt you. The system corrupts you. I prevent corruption. I am pure and innocent.
I don't know. I saw you in Vegas.
I am pure and innocent.
As you can see, he's a baby face, and I'm the '80s incarnate. There's no more beard. There's no more beard. It's just whatever.
I mean, it's still there.
It's. I sure if this is what you want to call a beard, it's not a beard though. You can see my skin.
It's facial hair.
Is it facial hair? I'm pretty sure it's.
It is hair and it is on your face. It's not quite if you went completely down to the skin.
Oh no, I didn't
That'd be
want to.
terrifying.
I know, no, I want to keep the full. The constant look. There's no more like beard under here either. Like it's all.
It's no more bushy.
No. You could see my full. I forgot like what my chin looked like, and I forgot my chin is big. I got a square jaw. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm a good-looking dude. I'm alright. Self-love. So we're not here to talk about my strapping good looks or my co-host non-corruption. Well, I mean, I was gonna say your non-ability to corrupt data, but my co-host will corrupt you anyway. Let's get into some news. Assassin's Creed controversial DLC is, well, it's getting fixed, I guess. It's, you know.
What was broken about it?
Well, what happened is they released a piece of downloadable content that sort of made you, not play how you wanted to. It forced you into a different sex marriage. So like if you're male, it forced you to marry a female versus giving you the choice. So
okay.
Yeah, so so the whole idea, I guess the whole idea was that your bloodline had a lasting impact on the assassins, therefore you can like I think their idea was that like you're somehow your bloodline still had to get passed down, which still could have happened, right? Like you weren't like the only assassin within the bloodline, or you could still anyway. They're fixing it in a future DLC to correct the content. This is following Backlash, so I mean, it sucks that they put. I think their initial writing was in good intent towards the story, but I think that I don't know, slightly farsighted, because especially since they've stepped away from like an action jump off a roof game to more of an RPG style game, giving people more choice and control of the game itself. This seems a little short-sighted, but that's me. No,
sorry, I keep getting autoplay videos that really are really.
Oh, I have them all on already muted. I apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, GameStop. Oh, GameStop.
No, it is. It is close.
GameStop and GameSpot can both go down in fire.
That's true.
Did you? I I didn't even have it on here, but I'll mention it. I guess GameStop tweeted, because there was a tweet. That's why I didn't put it on here. I forgot to put it on. GameStop tweeted out that they made him they over pre-ordered
pre-orders
of Kingdom Hearts special edition PS4 Pros, and that they canceled a lot of their customers' PS4 Pros, and people are
specifically it was the LA Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro.
Mm-hmm. The limited edition. It's a limited edition PS4 Pro, which is a dope PS4 Pro, by the way. It looks great. But my problem is that they didn't even like stop to consider like, why don't we just downgrade them to like a collector's tin copy or a regular copy of the game and call them and say, hey, we're sorry, we can't offer you that, but we can offer you this. All they're doing is taking away their I can't believe I'm saying that. I used to work for this company, so I know exactly. And let me explain it to you like this. The company forces people who work there to meet quotas on putting down payments on games, right? So you have to meet your quota on pre-orders, right? So what they do is they force their employees to do these pre-orders, or else you lose your job. Like, that's part of the deal. Like, to do your job, you have to meet your quota every night. From the day and the night, you meet your quota for your numbers, and if you did great, good. And every individual has like, all right, this person's going to meet 3 pre-orders a day, whatever the case is. The problem is that they force this upon their employees, so employees just go ahead and keep pushing these pre-orders of this limited edition PlayStation, these limited edition games, and when they can't meet stock or quota, that hurts not only their employees, because now their employees have to deal with upset customers. Now the customers lose out on everything. It's shit. It's a shitty system. I don't like it. You could do better. When are y'all getting bought out? Because I keep hearing about that. Y'all shit ain't happened yet. Anyway, it's mini rant over. Anyway, GameSpot, fix your autoplay videos. Anyway, PUBG is going free to play. It's PUBG Lite, I should say.
Not quite.
Sort of.
There's a PUBG Lite beta that just launched.
Beta. And it
launched in Thailand, of all places.
Hey, Thailand is the, no.
I'm not saying anything bad about the country. I'm just saying, like, it launched in a small country. It's not saying it's going free. I mean, even if it went free to play, it'd be tough to try to get the market back from Fortnite at this point.
I love your pad.
What?
Yeah, pad thai. I love pad thai. It's my favorite. It's their national. It's great. By the way, go eat pad thai. No, it's dude. PUBG Lite. It's actually made to run on weaker machines. I don't know why I said weak as the term, but weaker weaker machines. So that's interesting. It's mostly because and to me it's because Fortnite can run on a shoebox. So if you made a game that can compete with Fortnite and was PUBG and it was free to play and somehow the specs were lighter, more people would play it. So, but what does that do to the PUBG currently? If this becomes popular, what do they do with their old one? Stop development, use it as the source for development, and then drop everything off to Lite? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it depends on how this actually differs from the original.
Graphically,
there's lots they could do.
I mean, PUBG's pretty graphic intensive for a game. It's less. Fortnite loads up like this because it's cartoon graphics and it's much lighter on hardware. I mean, you got a phone, bro? Shit runs on a phone.
I mean, I do, but the battery on it dies pretty fast.
Oh, well.
3 years old.
So have we talked? I think we mentioned this before. This is more news on the Madbox gaming console. Oh boy, I can't.
Oh, is it which one is this?
This is Madbox. I want to say Madbox. Yeah, Slightly Mad Studios. The people behind Project Cars are developing a console called the Madbox. Now, they've just released. Earlier they released pictures of like the prototype of the console and kind of like the idea of what they're going for with the design. Now they've released the prototype of what the image of the controller looks like. It kind of looks like a Batarang, like a fucked up Batarang.
Sounds right.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, it's got RGB. I'm assuming it's RGB lighting. I'm assuming. Maybe not. The console kind of looked like it did. I wouldn't put it past me that this handheld got it. I mean, the fucking buttons light up. I mean, this can't be. I know this isn't final product, right? This is just a potential like mock design. But by the way, if you not clicked on the pictures, it's got an LCD sort of screen on the middle of the pad, like that lights up and shit. You can make it a touchpad. It's a touchpad that's a screen, so like it becomes a chat pad, and it tells you if you're eliminated or it tells you what gear you're in. Interesting. That's a cool concept, sort of.
Yes and no.
I mean, that chat pad looks like shit. like I don't think I could type on that. Like, I don't think I would type. Like, I would type gibberish. The gear thing is kind of cool. I guess that's cool that like it shows in-game stuff like boost available. It highlights the like their concept is that it will highlight the button that you can use for your boost. That's cool interaction. Hey, Susan Sprinkle, welcome to Maelstrom Radio. It's we're discussing a controller for a from a developer who's developing a console. What do you think? Just overall, like, to me, the console. I don't know if you saw the pictures of the. You may have not been here that episode.
No, I wasn't.
The console itself is I'm pretty sure it's just a PC. Like they're hyping up that this handles VR. It's gonna be 180 FPS for the VR headset that can come with it. That's 90 FPS per eye. This is just it's a gaming PC. They're making it just a gaming PC.
Kind of what it sounds like.
But my question is, will it run Windows or if it's going to run its own OS that they're developing out the gate?
Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't really followed it and know nothing about it. I have a feeling that it's going to really see like what they're going to do. It looks not a whole lot different than like a Steam box and a Steam controller, except a much smaller developer than Valve.
My Steam controller is over there by my television, but the Steam controller the Steam controller had touchpads. So
I know what I'm saying is like the concept is no different really from the Steam controller and the Steam PC, but we saw how successful those both.
Yeah. If the intent is to go up against the big, I'm not going to count Nintendo, and not because I don't like Nintendo. I love the Switch, but if
they're talking about like, if they're competing, if they're only going to put their own games on it, they're dead on arrival. There's no chance that's going to work. If they're competing with if they're going to try to compete against PlayStation and Xbox and Switch, same thing. They're going to be dead on arrival, no competition. If they're kind of compete and join in as part of the PC market, it depends on what they're going to provide. Are they going to have access to Steam? Are they going to have access to Epic? Are they going to have access to all of the existing PC games? Or are they going to lock it up in their own proprietary stuff? And if they do proprietary, again, I think they're going to be pretty dead on arrival depending on the price.
That's going to be the thing. Yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, this controller alone looks not cheap. Like that functionality.
It looks okay, but it's extra flashy, and it honestly looks kind of uncomfortable from the pictures.
Oh, yeah, it does not look comfortable.
Like, I would 100% rather hold an Xbox controller in my hand, and I'm not a fan of the Xbox controller. Really? I do prefer the PlayStation controller more, and I'd rather use that, of course, as well.
I've always thought the Xbox controller was way more comfortable.
A lot of people do, and I haven't like the last time I used an Xbox controller was the Xbox, the original. So I'm sure the controller's gotten much better. Oh no, wait, sorry, no, I have used the 360. I did not mind the 360 one, and I've heard the Xbox One controller is much better. But just for me, I do like that PS4. It's smaller. My hands are smaller. I like the small.
It's got precision triggers and rear paddles. What the fuck is this thing's like thin? I don't know.
It's buzzwords for gamers, and they're hoping, I think, that they can get some gamers to buy it, but gamers are pretty discerning as well. I mean, there's a point. You don't give good specs, you don't get sold.
Here's the thing, though. Matt, the president or the president or CEO of Madbox, Mr. Bell, is saying that if someone comes with a slogan for the console, he's offering them money and free games for life. The money is $10K and the games are free for life. I'm great with a slogan. I may take a crack at it. If all I got to do is tweet at him.
I mean, that doesn't mean a whole lot.
No. Listen, up or down, if their console does good or bad, I still get $10K in games. I
mean, to be fair, we're still missing a slogan for this podcast, and this has been around for 2 years, so.
Like an ending slogan or beginnings or just a slogan?
Like a descriptive slogan.
Oh, Maelstrom Radio.
Like Till Sea Swallows All was one, and then we kind of got rid of
I mean, it could still swallow. There you go. That's our new slogan. Maelstrom Radio. It still swallows.
Maelstrom Radio. It can still swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. All right, anyways.
Metroid Prime 4 development restarts.
Time to write the blog post and get everything ready.
Joe's Nintendo has provided an update for the state of Maelstrom Prime 4, which is not great. This isn't good news. I love Metroid. In a video, senior managing officer Shinya Takashi, Shinya, the first name got me. Shinya Takashi admitted that the development of the game thus far hasn't reached its standards and the publisher has been rebooted. Publisher wanted the project has been rebooted. Additionally, Retro Studios, the Texas-based team that developed the 3 previous entries in the series, has been brought back to work on the sequel. That's actually really great news because Retro Studios did a phenomenal job with the first 3 Metroid Primes. So I'm excited that they're back on board. I said, although this is very regrettable, we must let you know that the current development progress has not reached our standards, and we seek a sequel to the Metroid Prime series. Takashi said, Nintendo will always strive for highest quality in our games. In our development phase, we challenge ourselves and confront whether the game is living up to that quality on a daily basis. That holds true. I mean, the Metro, when they outsourced for Metroid Prime, it was a big success. I'm glad that they reached back out to Retro Studios for Metroid Prime 4. It's a little people were shocked. Like a little people were like, "Oh, you didn't go with Retro," and to begin with, maybe it was a money thing. They're like, "Hey, we're not going to pump a bunch of money back," and Metroid has never been a system pusher for them. It's always been like Legend of Zelda or a Mario title or something like that. So
has it been though? Because I'm pretty sure Metroid and Star Fox and all of those, to a lesser degree, but still pretty strong.
They're strong titles, but they haven't been strong in the last few iterations. Well, I shouldn't say that. Metroid, yes, they have been, but they don't.
There hasn't been an iteration.
There hasn't been. The problem is they don't put them out enough. Like I can throw. There's 87 fucking Mario games on the Switch already.
To be fair, we don't consider most of those Mario games.
I don't know. I did acquire Raving Rabbids, or Mario Rabbids, or whatever the hell it is. I'm gonna fuck around with that. That looks fun. I like the fact that one of the Rabbids is dressed like Peach and taking selfies and shit all the time. Anyway, I'm excited for this. Like that renews my love for Metroid, and I'd like to see a Metroid back on where it belongs. Metroid and Star Fox deserve good games. Please give them good games. Also, Flatus wants a new Punch-Out. Thank you. There hasn't been a Punch-Out since Punch-Out Wii.
Get it on the eShop.
No, I mean a new Punch-Out. There's a Punch-Out for the Wii. Why can't we get Punch-Out Switch?
Do you want to punch your Switch?
Yes. If I could be Little Mac, listen, the Punch on the Wii is great. Like the characters, I'm telling you, dude, it looks great. The characters, anyway. PlayStation Classic drops down in price about 50%, almost 50%. It was $100. Now it's $55. It's not
Amazon.
It's not looking.
You don't have to go to the store. Just pick it up on Amazon.
It's not even looking so good. Not looking great. So what I would suggest is picking up a PS Classic cheap before they stop making them. Sony's known for stop making things pretty quickly if they're not doing well. Pick it up now and just wait.
Or wait for another few months. Wait for it to be at like $20.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. And then pick it up. Then you get it, and then you wait, and then someone will jailbreak that bitch. But you didn't hear that from us. We don't condone video game violence. So what do we stand for here? What do we stand for?
Consent.
Dude, that's true. And no kink shaming.
And no kink shaming. Yep. Those are the 2 pillars.
Welcome to Maelstrom Radio. Our pillars are consent and no. You know what? I'm proud that that's what you know what? If that have to be our 2 pillars, I'm pretty proud.
What's wrong with that?
I'm nothing's wrong with
Shibari is not part of Maelstrom Radio. Shibari is a Crucible thing.
No, Shibari. No, that's because of me.
No, that's a Crucible thing. It was born in that area.
A little kink shaming. Well, if kink shaming's your kink. Octopath Studio trademarks HD 2D.
I take offense with this headline.
Because it sounds like a Star Wars robot?
No, because it's like say Octopath Studio. It's Square Enix.
Well, I mean,
why don't they just say Square Enix trademarks this?
Because Square Enix trademark. Well, because well, that depends.
Who doesn't know Square Enix?
That depends.
Everybody literally knows Square Enix, especially nowadays.
Maybe it was cheaper to wait. No, this isn't like the 1920s. It doesn't cost them anything to type words out.
No. You open it up, and the first line in the article is Square Enix trademark.
I think it takes less to type out Square Enix.
Yeah, than Octopath Studio. Yeah, it definitely does.
It does. They actually typed out HD. They actually trademarked HD-2D and then HD 2D, just like one thing in Europe.
Yes,
not so much, but let's see. That's right. Well, they've made the Bravely
phrase
Default
that's
series
similar to Octopath, like that's used to describe Octopath.
I mean, listen. The music from Octopath is beautiful. I have the game sitting over there, so
I have not played it yet. It is not in my backlog. Spoiler alert.
We'll get there. All right, let's just keep moving. New Halo.
Are we gonna get there? We're like halfway through the show almost.
I know, fucking so much good. All right, so new Halo Master Chief Collection. 365 Studios said, "Oopsie, we know we fucked up on the Halo Master Chief Collection. Don't worry, we got you. We're gonna make a new make a fucking new Halo Master Chief Collection." Malo is the Halo cologne for men. Now you too can smell like the Covenant. Now you too can take down the Covenant and smell good doing it.
No.
What was if you put it on a blue AI popped out of you? And she's hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it look like Cortana? Because if it's like Cortana, then I'd be okay. It's just some random dude who pops up here like,
hey, I'm your blue AI. How's it going?
Yeah,
You want to split a sub? What's going on over there? We get a couple meatball subs in here.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Speaking of disappointments, the Wii Shop channel closes on January 30th. Let's just segue into this next news thing quick.
Fuck me.
That's it. That's the news. The Wii Shop channel is dying. It's dead.
It's dead.
Got this blue alien popping out, but not in a friendly way.
Nope.
Wants to go for meatball subs.
Did I give you consent to be in me, sir? I don't sign up for this. What's going on? Jackpot. There's a couple of free games going on. As always, our new segment on our website will list out free games for you because we want to make sure that you're not spending anything for the games you want to play.
Maybe switching this frequency of that.
Yes.
Every week is a little bit much, so I think I'm going to switch it up to every month.
That seems about right. So
next week, take a look. We'll have the third week up there.
And we can always add updates and put out little blurbs when something changes. Yeah. Jackbox Party Pack is free until February 7th on Epic Game Launcher. So if you the Epic Game Launcher and you've been wanting Jackbox Party Pack 1, I'm going to... Oh, boy, this is going to be a long night. Jackbox Party Pack 1, it's free until February 7th. So if you've not grabbed it, go ahead and pick it up right now. Deponia... The click and point adventure is free right now on the Humble Bundle. So if you've not picked it up, you should go get that. And of course,
you only have another 15 hours to pick that up, so you definitely should go and pick that up as soon as possible.
Yeah, and by the time this goes live, I'm so sorry. Ori and
all the recorded people, you should be listening live for the free game.
Yeah. Razor Store sale ends and it goes on until next Friday. Ori and the Blind Forest, Warhammer Vermintide 2, which I'll probably pick up because Actually, I'll probably get it for both of
us. These are not free, by the way. These are discounted anywhere between 20 to 50, 60%.
It's true. Red Faction Collection.
Ori and the Blind Forest is a great game.
Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun is an amazing... I actually played it. It's a really... If you like tactic games and kind of picking out like how you play through a level, you play as shoguns, and you have like multiple shoguns in your party, and they all do different things. Like you have an archer, one who's good at stealth. Like it's real. Go play it.
Stealthy shogun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Full armor.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak creek.
Well, different shogun.
Oh.
Yeah. No. one's all blue. Community news. We want to say a big belated, although it's not today, it was the other day, but belated happy birthday to a friend of the show and of course guest many a time on Maelstrom Radio, Chili. Happy birthday, Chili.
Happy birthday, Chili. Go get some sleep.
Yeah, you big boy now. He did it. He's all grown up. Happy birthday, Chili. I hope you got everything you wanted for your birthday, which is, I think, mostly eating chicken and going to see the Broly movie, which he did, so...
I did see Nando's.
He got a lot of chicken. They give mashed potatoes, but no gravy. I don't get that. Nothing? You don't? Are you not a fan?
I mean, I do like it, but I don't think you need gravy with the fries.
No, he had mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted gravy with the mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
I mean, I would enjoy it. I could go either way.
All right. Shin is a man who likes his gravy. Main talking point today. Like I said on Twitter, we're looking forward to looking back. We're looking back at our backlogs. This is something that Shin kind of gave me an idea for and then regretted it instantly because he doesn't like when he does that because he doesn't know what he's walking into. But this is a simple show. And we're
I also want to just quickly point out before we skip out of while we were in the news, I just went and got both Deponia and the Humble Bundle, or sorry, the Jackbox Party Pack. Takes like a second.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Just click a button. Happy Chick Day. Feelingly happy Chick Day. Damn it.
You know what? People who are in chat, I'll give you even a bonus.
Uh-oh. It's just fucking linking it. Anyway, I'll start it off by Shin's doing that.
Go get the free game. They're free. Also, don't forget to register the Humble Bundle one, because if you don't, the key expires in a couple days.
Too. So, there's so many games heading towards us, and I'm pointing that way like that's 2019. So far down the line in 2019. Kingdom's Hearts.
Pointing at me, basically.
Pretty much. Resident Evil 2 just came out. Kingdom Hearts 3. We have so many things coming down the line. We have oh god, I can't remember the pronunciation of the name. It's like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I don't think that's the name of the guy. Anyway, it's that new game from Software, the makers of Dark Souls. Yes, we know we have to play Dark Souls. That is in part of my backlog, by the way. So we'll talk about it. So I there are tons of things in the backlog that we want to play, and yet more games are coming out. So we're here to discuss our backlog and backlogs in general, and why they may be important for gamers to conquer your backlog. So let's hop into that. So Shin, do you think playing games from years past is a good thing? Do you think we should be, nah, they're old, shouldn't play them anymore, I should move forward and play new games and meh?
I'm kind of conflicted on this one because I do like the idea of going back and playing old games, but there's also a point where it's almost too old to play. It's really hard to get into. A really good example of this is a number of years ago, I've been told for years that Knights of the Old Republic was an amazing, amazing game. And I went and I tried to play this probably about 10 years ago now, and I couldn't get into the game. I could not play it. I played for about 15 minutes and then had to give up because it was just so old, so clunky. So I think depending on the game, there is definitely a limit. And something we can talk about later as well is the whole nostalgia factor. And if you've played it before, if you have previous experience, that can kind of overcome any of the limitations that the game might have.
You know us, nostalgia.
It's another one of our pillars.
Yep. So far we have consent.
Consent, nostalgia, and no kink shaming.
No kink shaming. Boy. All right, let's just keep moving.
What do you think on this? Like,
I agree with you. If you're walking into a game you're not sure of, and I mean, and to be fair, like the games, depending on the way I'm playing it, right? Like if I play Knights of the Republic and it was intended for a console versus PC and the PC controls are clunky, it may tempt it with the controller versus the mouse and keyboard setup just to see if it's a smoother gameplay. Knowing that 10 years ago, consoles were the preferred development scheme for companies. Like they developed on console first and then pushed to PC, where now it's the other way around, where they develop on PC for majority. I shouldn't say all the time, majority of the time. They'll develop on PC first and then push out to console. It depends. It really I would have to take it on a game by game basis.
Yeah, I don't think there's any particular, like even right now, to jump ahead a little bit, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, the original one. This game is 17 years old now almost. And I am playing an HD remake. Like it's the Final Mix. It's the PS4 HD remake. It looks pretty good still, but the controls still feel very clunky. There is a lot of things that are very stiff. There's a lot of animation locking, a lot of weird combat issues. Like it feels very different from games coming out today. And while it's not enough in this instance to make me not want to play, I think there are other games out there that don't even have like that console PC bridge. Like even same console, same thing. Like it's very hard to go back and play those games.
Yeah, it's hard for me to play some, like I couldn't go back and play Doom. I love Doom, yeah. Right? Like the original Doom was fun. Maybe as a jaunt, like I could play a couple levels, get the feel for it. It was fun. It was fun. Like I remember they remade Doom for 360 and gave it multiplayer. And I remember buying it for like $10 or whatever it was. It was on sale and it was like games this summer or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, why is this multiplayer dumb? But I'm still like, the multiplayer was the new aspect of it. I played more of that than I did like Doom.
Did you ever play Project 99?
Yeah.
There's your perfect example.
Oh God. If you don't know what we're talking about, Project 1999 was the EverQuest. How do you want to put that? It's just
it's a classic emulation server of EverQuest 1, spanning, I believe, the first 4 expansions. It's locked in time at that point, so they don't ever update it. They have done quality of life updates for certain features to make it a little bit more bearable, but it's still very, very similar to the essence of the original EverQuest 1 game. There's no maps. It's very limited in what you can do, the movement, the visibility. It's very, very dark. There's lots of sharp angles. There's very, very low textures. Like they do have HD textures, but it's still a game made in the late 90s. So it definitely shows its age. It definitely shows that it's an older game.
We made
if you haven't played it before, if you haven't got that sort of nostalgia for it, it's very, very hard to get in.
We made hobbits. No, we made not halflings.
You made a halfling. I have an elf. I ran my elf to your halfling.
Oh, that's right. Why did I make a halfling? I can't remember. Like that doesn't seem like my class at all. Like why the fuck did I make a halfling? There had to be a reason. There had to be a reason. I don't remember. It had weird feet. I don't know. It had weird feet. I didn't even like that. I don't even like feet. What? I'm gonna burn that halfling.
I don't know anything about that.
Fuck that halfling. I'm gonna go make something else. Anyway, so our stance on emulators are, well, clearly we played Project 99. I am a big, I will always cheerlead. I'm a big proponent for the keeping of classic gaming. especially if those studios are no longer around and those games may go to the wayside or don't exist, or even getting a copy of that game, especially during the heyday of like the Atari days and stuff like that, where there were games coming out dime a dozen, being sold, and like every Joe Schmo was in their garage just making I made Bloopmaster. and
we still have those days. They're now called indie developers.
Yeah, but they also make quality games.
The ones we see.
And Bloopmaster. Bloopmaster Redux.
Now in HD 2D.
Yeah, HD 2D, Bloopmaster Redux. I will never say go and steal. Like, don't steal gaming. If you own a copy, if the game does not exist any longer, I would say maybe try to acquire something, as long as it's still not licensed in any sort of way, which it probably isn't. I mean, but if you're stealing from Nintendo, bad. Nintendo will sue you and shut down all the emulation sites. They will do that. Bad. It's not Nintendo's fault their online service has really shitty games. They haven't put out NES classics on there yet. Although I hear that's going to happen.
That is Nintendo's fault.
That is Nintendo's fault. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Give me Kirby Golf.
No. Kirby 64.
We're not
best
there yet.
Multiplayer games.
But have you played Kirby Golf?
No.
We should play that.
I feel like that would just be Kirby sucking in on everything.
No, you hit Kirby at like creatures and shit, and then get to a hole. You have to collect stars. It's a really fun game. We should, if it ever comes out on the Switch online, we can play online multiplayer. We can actually.
We still haven't played golf with friends.
Let's do that. We have friends.
And I have the game. I bought it last year sometime. Not on my backlog though.
No, it's not. It's not a backlog game. Anyway, so yeah, I am all for keeping gaming history alive in any sort of way. So if it's part of your backlog and it's a history type game, go ahead and play it, because you get. And yet again, could be going back to nostalgia, but it could also be going back to great content. Look at the old Final Fantasy games. Like we spoke about, like, all right, there's clunky controls, but like when it's a turn-based RPG, the controls aren't that clunky when you're just picking out what you want your characters to do, and they do it. Versus something like, Knights of the Old KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, where you actually have to like manipulate and move your character and attack and stuff like that. The story is fantastic, but when you have to. Remember when they made Clop with the horse one, where you had to fucking get the horse? Oh my god!
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, you should check that one out.
But I do remember you trying to like get over a mountain. Getting over it. Or whatever the game you played recently, a couple weeks back, with the bike and the jetpack.
Oh, that shit game.
Yeah.
Dance. So let's get into our backlogs. Shin, what's in your backlog?
I forgot about that clip.
What are you backing?
Oh, geez. My backlog is short because I generally forget about games.
Mm-hmm. It's on your phone.
And then when I realize that I'm never going to play the game, I never actually, I just remove it from the. So my backlog is pretty short at the moment. It's games that I've thought about over the last couple of years, and like I should probably play. So the Kingdom Hearts series is currently on the top of my backlog. And it's been on there since August of last year, at least. And I started playing it last night, so that's how my backlog goes.
So good.
Kind of looking forward to this one. I know nothing of Kingdom Hearts, so it's going to be interesting going through the whole series. And then hopefully by the time that I finish it all, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be
it'll be done.
It'll be discounted.
Oh, discount. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Get cheap. I also have Monster Hunter World on here still. I'm not sure if that will stay on there because I'm like I think I'm probably about halfway through the story now. I kind of want to get to the end of that story and just say that I've done it, but I don't really know. I do want to play Super Hot VR still. I saw you play a bunch of that game and it looked really cool, so I figure in VR it's going to be really, really awesome and also very, very, very involved. Ukulele, I'm also not sure. I've got it on my list. I bought it for Switch. I kickstarted that one, so there is some, like, I do like that style of game, but I'm not quite sure if I'll finish that whole one, but maybe eventually. Undertale is on the list. I did start playing Undertale. I am somewhat through Undertale. I don't know anything. how far I am yet, but I do want to finish that one. It is a very fun game. It is a very interesting game, and I probably only have a couple more hours to play, but I haven't really felt like going back to it. And Mario and Rabbids is on my list, although I'm not sure when I'll get around to that one. I have actually completed a couple items off of my backlog, and I completed 2 of them last year. They've been on for a long time. I finally completed Final Fantasy 15. I really enjoyed that one, although I do understand the concerns that a lot of people have on it now. Most of my experiences were up until the railroad point, and I think it was really interesting and well done what they did. I do feel that there is a lot. There's a bunch missing from that game, and they did like really speed through a lot of it. The other one that I completed last year was Ori and the Blind Forest, which is currently on sale over at Razer. But it's really good game. Really love that game. Amazing soundtrack, good story. Really looking forward to the sequel. That's the entirety of my backlog. It's very short.
Mine. Whoo, too much. But I won't keep us here. I will not keep us here. One of the main points on my backlog is a game that I honestly I picked up last year, or like I want to say early last year, and I started playing was Hollow Knight. And now Hollow Knight is just getting this revival
Is it on Switch?
It's also on the Switch, yeah.
But you're not playing it on Switch.
No, I had it on my PC. I can get it on Switch.
God.
Yeah. It's gotten this new, it's been revived, right? Like a lot of people, I think it flew under the radar for so many people, but I think maybe it coming out on the Switch, it kind of like revamped it or just like hyped it up, and people are like, dude, have you checked out Hollow Knight? Hollow Knight to me was one of these crazy, amazing games where the art style was bleak and the world was dark, but the characters were so colorful, even though they weren't a palette of color. They were black and white most of the time, or pale in comparison to the blues and the purples of the game. But the characters were colored in this vibrant, like the map maker and him getting lost and then you finding him, or his wife complaining that he's never home, and then you can buy the map from her too because he mails them to her. There's little things in that like that make me want to go back and play that game, even though it's a Metrovania type game where there's a lot of backtracking and stuff like that. It's one of those games where it takes a long time to complete, but there's so much content and so much world building and so much lore that you find in the world. It's one of those games that I'm down for. The Assassin's Creed series, I stopped playing after 2. And I may have been nudged back into the series. And then I'm giving it a try because apparently a lot has changed since 2. It's not longer
after this, like the first was okay, but the second is just kind of died out.
Yeah, but now there's RPG elements and you fight gods and shit. It's not, there's no you're assassinating people, but there's like crazy shit going on.
That reminds me, I kind of do want to play the God of War series. Not the series, I just want to play the latest God of War.
That's also on my list. I mean, even it's newer, but still on my log of shit I want to play. Because yet again, I've played all the original God of War games, but this is different. This is an RPG elements. There's more story to it. I'm down. I'm probably straight in that. I would suggest if you can get them through them just for the. I have to say I don't know if it ruins anything. It is all right. I'll just keep going.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. It's on the listen. Cuphead's on that list. I found out. All right, so I found out that Cuphead is not online multiplayer, but I did find a program that lets Shin log in and play co-op games via the internet, even if they're local co-op. So I might get Shin to come play Cuphead. And he doesn't have to buy it. That's even better. He doesn't have to spend money on it. He just come and play it. And it's a free program, so So let's sell our souls to the devil.
I already did. I had a WoW subscription one time.
Ooh.
And I bought a MacBook. There's multiple companies that I've sold my soul to.
I need to go back and finish Nier Automata. What I've played so far, it's a beautiful RPG, action RPG. The story's fantastic. I may be in love with a robot. I don't know if that's possible. But if a blue AI I can have a crush on a blue AI. I don't see why I can't have a crush on a 300-pound robot.
Pretty light for a robot. I'm gonna put Nier on my list too because it is something that I've wanted to do for a while. But it's gonna be one of those things that I do in like 3 or 4 or 5 years.
I hate that I'm going to say this, but I'm gonna say that she's something I've been wanting to do for a while as well. Oh, I hate myself. I hate myself so much. Yep. It's I don't even.
I like to do it to myself sometimes.
There you go.
Maybe too much.
Never too much.
Bad. Terrible. Nobody. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, we got Hollow Knight, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Cuphead, Nier.
I know. I'm going through my list.
What else on your list?
I know I'm going through my Steam list, but it's not even counting my fucking consoles. Not Dragon's Dogma. Yeah. Oh no, I've already played that. Dragon Age 2. Yes, Dragon Age. I'm actually playing through that one, so I am working.
Not Origins.
Yeah, Origins.
Oh, is that 2?
Is that 2? I forget. I'm playing through one of them. I'm playing through a Dragon Age. Fuck me.
I know there's Origins and then there's 2.
I'm playing through 2. I'm playing through Dragon Age 2. I'm playing through.
And
Dragon
then there's
Age
Inquisition as the 3rd.
That I'm playing through after. I'm skipping Origins. For reasons. I want to go back and finish Batman Arkham City. I'm a big I love Batman. Like I just love that universe, like how Rocksteady handled those games. And Arkham City is kind of like that semi open world and still a cool game, and you have like you have the Joker and you have Harley Quinn, and I'm down for that. I want to go back and finish BioShock Infinite, which I think I finished, but I want to go back and play through it again. I just don't remember it. Like I want to play. Actually, what I want to do is play through the classic, the revamped versions of BioShock 1 and 2, and then play through Infinite, and then get the story that I need to in my life because I haven't played it in a while. Especially, I just read the BioShock book, so I've been hankering. So that's back on my list. Dark Souls is on our list.
Probably I should probably put that on the list.
Yeah, that's on the list. Dead Space is a game that I want to go back and replay, but I'm not going to say it's on my list. But maybe Halloween this year, maybe we do some Dead Space, maybe. As we continue to go through things. Let's see, and see, my list is so long that it's getting ridiculous.
I have that problem sometimes too.
I do have Kingdom Hearts the final mix as well. I'll probably go through it before I pick up Kingdom Hearts 3. Same like Shin. I may stream it. I do love the Kingdom Hearts series, even though it is one of those games where I'm just like, I've played it already, but I think seeing it in HD may make me like, oh. There's a game, right? I picked up for 97 cents. Now the game is called Marlow Briggs. It is a game that is in the same vein as the original God of War games, and I kind of want to play it, and it's gotten reviews. The Steam store page is very positive. It is a game that was made by Zootfly, and it was so under the radar, and so it's such an indie game that it was so weird and so wonderful that I cannot not play. So and also on my list, which I got, it's for my Switch because it came with 2 games. I could justify. I got lucky. I got it on like a weird sale. But I ended up getting Bayonetta 1 and 2 for my Switch. So I will be streaming Bayonetta 1 and 2. Specifically Bayonetta 1 is on the list. Bayonetta 2 is just like, you know, a happy accident that came with it. But and I'm gonna cut off my list there before I keep adding games and we never get through with the show. So I don't want to say they're fucking pro tips because that's stupid. Top tips. What do we say?
How to tackle your backlog. You won't believe number 3.
Oh God, is it a BuzzFeed thing? Blumpos. Anyway, create your first thing you want to do is create your backlog. So like Shin has his on his phone. You want to create some sort of list, be it, you know, a spreadsheet. You can also use a website called the Backloggery. I found that website.
A spreadsheet, a simple document, note, take pad and paper,
website,
post it.
Good thing about the website is that it'll show all the games, and by console it's pretty cool. So you can use the Backloggery. So you want to make a list of games you want to finish, or number 2, you're going to want to organize those games based on play. So top play versus low play, the things you want to play the most versus the games you want to play the least. You can also organize
that means something completely different when
different list, different night.
Very
that's
different
list.
But on that note, most people just call that like prioritizing your backlog. My list is in order.
Is this list going on a bathroom wall later?
Prioritized. Kingdom Hearts is first.
You want to organize on length of the game.
Yeah, but is it forever?
I mean, is length everything? Maybe it's just how meaty it is.
Wow, then.
All right. Is it a forever game? Is it one of those forever games, i.e. like Minecraft, where there is no real end game, or an MMO where there is real no... Although MMOs you can have...
There is end game in MMOs. It's called Glamoring in Final Fantasy. Dancing on Tables in Warcraft.
And what is it in WoW?
In what?
In WoW.
Dancing on tables.
Oh, that's what you do?
In the bar.
Which bar? The one in Moonglade at the Goldshire?
I don't know. I never got to end game in WoW. In EverQuest 2, it's called Quitting.
Oh, shit. Well, in Elder Scrolls Online, it's called... Oh God, it's just PvP. What is it in Guild Wars? Oh God, it's just PvP.
In Guild Wars, I'm pretty sure it's just quitting as well, but then you come back later because the game's free.
Yeah, it's true.
Buy to play.
It's buy to play, not free. Buy to play. Well, older parts of it are free. Anyway, then you want to attack the backlog. Just go ahead and start playing those games. That's number 3 is pretty easy. Number 4 is track your progress.
You say that it's easy, but it's really the hardest part of this whole process.
You gotta attack it. Gotta get in there. Listen, if you can't make an omelet if you don't start cracking a few eggs. Here at that's the 4th pillar here at Maelstrom Radio.
No, omelets are not the 4th pillar.
But they're delicious.
They are, but they're not a pillar.
Can we just go get omelets later?
Pretty sure beer is more of a pillar than an omelet. It has the shape.
Whiskey and beer.
This isn't beer either, but...
Whiskey and beer, the last pillar of Maelstrom Radio. Track your progress back to the site or on their spreadsheet. You just want to make sure you're marking off where you're leaving off. So if you decide to drop the game for a few months to play something current, or if you lose track of time, or if you're like Shin and I where you're busy, you may not be able to go back and to your backlog for a while. Just, hey, I was last doing this in Elder Scrolls, my Elder Scrolls game. I was working on this set of armor or this quest. That way, so you know when you get back in, you're not like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, I just do that anyway. I just check it off when I'm done and hope that I remember when I come back. But I do want to point out, Chili pointed out what the end game for games like WildStar or Star Wars Galaxies are. It's just that they closed down the servers.
That's the true end game.
The true end game.
That's the true end game.
Except for EverQuest. EverQuest is never dying.
No, it won't. I think 11. Actually, Final Fantasy 11 has seen an uptick in players.
Yeah, it like started dying and then it came back. Undead.
I don't know. People were.
Anyways,
people from 14 were like, "Oh, what's this?"
Oh no, I don't like this last tip. This is the terrible last tip.
You want your daily logs daily?
Yeah.
Do your dog just like your.
I don't like doing my dailies in gaming, let alone having to write down a log of everything that I've done.
Well, you're doing it now. You're marking that you completed the games. You take them off your list. That's all you gotta do.
Yep, but that's not a daily log. It's just when I finish the game, I put the check next to the box, and then it goes.
You can. Most games now have like a completion rating. They're like 60%.
It was like twice a year.
60% done. Almost done.
I finished Breath of the Wild. I think I'm like 23% done the game. I'm probably not going back.
I just got off the fucking island.
Yeah, if you beat the entire game, you're only about 23% of it done. There's a lot in that game.
It's so true. Just the tip. Oh no. And that's pretty much it. Like, if you just want to tackle our best advice is go use a website or create a spreadsheet. Like I said, the Backloggery is a good website. It shows you all your games, and you can sort it all sorts of ways, like by console, by game type, by length of game. They handle a lot for you. So that's pretty much it. Shouldn't you got any last minute comments about backlogged logging? The rest.
I'm wearing the plaid for the logging.
Oh yeah, I don't have a beard anymore, so I can't.
You ruined the synergy.
Is that what our weekly meeting was about? Synergy.
No, we're not that corporate yet.
Chili in chat. By the way, Flies, I found out Blue Mage with missile can kill the Super Golem in T9. Also, Doom works on it. Huh. Well, there's your Final Fantasy 14 fact of the day, everybody. Maelstrom Radio. Just can't get away. So, well, nothing else really. You like games. I like games. I can tell you this: if you wanna game with us, I can tell you where to find us. You can find us on our Discord. You choose on our website if you want to talk games with us. But specifically, if you still play Final Fantasy 14, thank you, Chili, for the semi segue. If you still want to game with us, part of the way you can do that is by joining our FC out on the Gilgamesh server, which is on Final Fantasy 14. We still fucks around with that, as the kids say. Yote. We yote on. Is that what is it an action? What the fuck is yoting? What is yeeting exactly? How do we?
Isn't it eating?
Is it eating like eating, or is he eating like throwing something? I feel like eating's like yeet.
That just sounds odd.
What's the former proper? What's thus yote?
Don't know, but in the theme of circling back to things, I did just finish saving the blog. Whoa, you broke the cameras.
I fixed them, don't worry.
So the blog post is again up and ready and saved automatically and manually.
Yeah. I know future perfect I will have yacht.
All right.
I mean,
I ought to eat you.
Well, future is I will eat. All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna eat out of this, and somewhere the millennials. Are you millennial? Somewhere your people.
We're both millennial.
I don't consider myself a millennial.
Yeah, the official millennial date was figured out not long.
Yeah, but I'm crotchety. I'm old. I don't like things. Is there such thing as like millennial light? Like a low calorie millennial? If you're a cannibal and you're trying to watch your figure, low calorie millennials is what I suggest you. Flatus is broken. Chili says, I am a millennial. I don't know. that's
yeah, I'm pretty sure like millennials are anyone from like early mid 80s up until like mid 90s.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a really, really large generation. It's kind of weird.
That's a weird generational gap.
It is. Really, really, really is.
All right. Well, not to get political on the show. I demand
government to reopen.
Yeah, it opened.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't paid attention to the news today for mental health reasons. And also because I was working.
I mean, I don't want to get into it, but he's a jackass. And if you listen to us and you think differently, I still love you. It's fine. We can have differing opinions on things. That's why we're here. You don't kink shame me, and I don't kink shame you. It's one of the pillars. Fair. I think that's fair.
If politics is your kink, I will kink shame you all day. And on that note,
you can be kink shamed here weekly Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern. We record and we throw that up on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Trying to figure out how to get us up on Spotify. There is a way. I thought I did it and it didn't take. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. We want to get on many platforms, and Spotify is one of the ones we want to get back on because, a lot of people use Spotify. So the more people that listen to us on more platforms, the better. You can email us at show@maelstromradio.com. You can find us at www.maelstromradio.com. That's also where you can find our Discord link. And if you go to our Discord, you can join us and talk to us about your backlog or anything really. You can come yell at me or Shin or talk to me, maybe praise me for my non-beard or praise me and yell at me to grow my beard back. I don't know. But you can also find us on Twitter at twitter.com. That's at maelstrom_radio. If you send us pictures of your pet, we will tell you what video game your dog or cat or bear or whatever you own is your goldfish. If you send me a picture of goldfish, I will tell you what video game they are. On Facebook, that's facebook.com/Maelstrom Radio. And of course, twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. This has been one hell of a show. It's been fun talking about backlogs. It's Shin, I pulled it off. Shin, we did it. We did a show. We did it. So that means that it's now over. So I'm going to ask Shin to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I'm going to do one of these. See, and it's so easy now. I can just hit a button. It's great. And of course, I can do this. As always, I want to thank my co-host for coming out on this journey with me to talk about his backlog and my backlog and everybody's backlog. No, seriously, tweet us out or hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on our emails. Just let us know what your backlog is. Let's talk about video games. Remember, the show is about you, not necessarily our backlogs. We want to get involved with you and what you do in video games. So, as always, till sea swallows all, keep gaming? We'll find out. We'll figure it out. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of... episode is produced by Flatus, Shinter, and Dylan Thorne. Logo and artwork by Mary Larkins. Find them over at themarylark.com. Intro and outro provided by MDK. Find his music over at mdkofficial.bandcamp.com. Views and opinions expressed on this episode belong to Maelstrom Radio and their host and do not reflect the views and opinions of the companies discussed on today's show.